Okay, we're at a Tokyo Game Show, and we're going to show you a demo of Ni no Kuni and give you a taste of what it's like in the campaign mode. And this is, the title is Shiroki Seihai no Jo, which is the Queen of the White Sacred Ash. Okay. All right, in this demo, it starts out in Gorone Kingdom. All right, this this kingdom. This is a Bajino, just kind of the open plains area. Okay, so Shizuku is a little fairy, and he's telling you to head off to the castle. But before we do that, we're just going to go over here and get in a couple simple battles. Okay, you can cycle through your characters, and we're gonna have him do Detarami Kiri, which is just like he just lays waste to the guy. Just silly cutting, and we'll switch between him and do some magic. This is Oliver, the main character of the game. And his last hit should do it. All right, piece of cake. It's wickedly simple, a battle system, but very smooth. I'm really enjoying this part. All right, we're gonna make our way across the bridge into the kingdom. All right, I'm translating this on the fly, so pardon me if I'm a little slow on getting through the captions. So he's basically looking at it. She's wondering why everything is different. He says, "Don't gawk." He says, "Why is everyone wearing strange clothes?" He's like, "They're not strange. You're the one who's wearing strange clothes." And everyone's just like going, "Hey, what are you doing? You're wearing strange clothes." It's basically like Marty McFly in 1955 with his puffer jacket. So he's telling him that the clothes you're wearing, Shizuku is a little fairy dude with the nose job. He's got a little lantern through his nose. And he's saying you have to go change those clothes to something that doesn't stick out so much. And he says, by the way, you can't visit the king in clothes like that. He's like, all right, all right. All right, so he says, let's see if we can't find some clothes at Fukuro Shokai, which is the where you can purchase things. This is a typical shop. Fukuro, of course, translation for owl, and as you can see why. Okay, all right. Okay, so he's asking for, can I have some clothes and befitting a world like this? And he's kind of like, oh, that sounds really stupid. And he's like, oh, do you have any normal clothes? Clothes? What happened? Something strange happened? She's wondering, probably judging by the clothes he's wearing. He says, yeah, we're drawing too much attention from the townsfolk. He says, oh, now that you mention it, some wandering witch seem to have left her clothes here. They're old, but if you don't mind wearing them, I'll give them to you. He says, oh, that would be perfect. Free. And he's like, free? Well, come on, mind yourself. He says, yeah, oh, they're really sturdy clothes. They wear well, real light, great for travel, and bring good luck. He says, why don't you give it a try? He says, all right, just try them on in the back room. He says, oh, look, they actually they suit you just fine. This is the size is perfect. Says, all right. He's like, I'm not used to wearing clothes like these. All right. Yeah, yeah. Okay. They suit you better than we expected. Thank you very much. And we're on. All right. Hope we don't see you again. All right. So long. Okay, now that we're done with that, we're presentable to go see, to pay a visit to the king. Okay, so now Shizuku's going to probably show us where we need to go. And there he goes. He's off. You can see the village, really lush environment. Everything's very smooth. And a lot of cat people. I can't say I'm a fan. Right here. And there's the king's castle. I'm going to pay a visit to. Let's just, you can talk to all the townsfolk. They don't. She's like, oh, isn't the water is beautifully clear. And it's true. All right. So he's saying this is the castle for Nyandaru, is a king, the king of Gorono Castle. He says, I've come to visit the king. He says, you say you've come to see the king? Yes. He says, well, I will grant you entrance as guests of the king. Come in. Well, I'd like to say that, but there's no time for that right now. He's like, what do you mean? He says one of the castle's assistants, who is caring for the king's fish, seemed to have let it go in the underground water channels. And the fish that the king was caring for is aka gyorongo, which is a very rare fish. He says, so we're busy looking for the fish within the castle, so I'm sorry, but would you mind coming back another day? He says, what do we do, Shizuku? So the aka gyorongo who got escaped, well, if I remember correctly, the castle and the town, the water channel underground is connected. So you think that it might have made its way into town? That's not totally impossible, he says. So if we find the fish, we should be able to visit the king. So Oliver, let's go check out the underground water channels or check out the pond. He says maybe then we can find the aka gyorongo, which is the rare fish. All right, so now they're off to go find him. He's going to lead the way. Environments are really good. You basically feel like you're smack dab in the middle of a Ghibli developed movie. All right, come on. All right, no time to talk to people. We're just going to carry on through this. Okay, so now we're at the pond. He's saying, hey, look, can't you see something red over there? He's like, what do you mean? He's like, isn't that it? The red fish. He says, why don't you go over there and take a closer look to make sure. He's like, what, me? He's like, who else is going to do it? He says, jump on those wooden pegs and take a look for yourself. He's like, all right, I'm going to go check it out. And there's the red fish. Oh, and then you can see it just escaped right down the water channel, underground ducts. I got away. And Oliver's like, sorry. He went the way of the castle, towards the castle, so let's get over there. All right, so now we're going to go back to the castle. Okay. So he probably swam through, and there's I think there's another little pond over here. Okay. All right, this looks like little underground water aqueducts. And sure enough, there he is, flapping in the water. Look at that, there he is, flapping over there. All right. Hey, it is the aka gorongo. Aka, of course, means red, and gorongo is the name of the fish. All right, he says, go get it. Okay, we got the fish. Woohoo! All right, good job. He says, now with this we can visit the king. Let's bring it to the front entrance where the guards are. Okay, it says you have the aka gorongo. And then we're gonna make our, and he looks pretty happy about that. So this is our triumphant victory lap. And with this, we'll be able to see the king. And Shizuku is chucking it in the air because he is happy. He says, it's you again. Haven't you found the king's fish? He says, what about this? Isn't this the fish? Isn't this a king's fish? We found it in the city and we brought it to you. He says, what? What? It is the king's fish. Yeah, it looks like it made its way through the channels and swam out to the town. So I need to tell the people inside the castle immediately. And you did say that you wanted to see the king, didn't you? He says, well, I will. Yes, we have come to see the king. He says, well, I will grant you audience as the king's guests. So come on in. He's like, woohoo! We made it, Oliver. And with that, Mokyo Tase, we have completed the game, the demo. And there you have it. The game Ni no Kuni Shiroki no Seihai no Jo is out in sometime in 2011. Before that, the game for Nintendo DS is coming out. Okay, there's the king. He says, you brought me my treasured fish. And he says, what would you like as a reward? And they look at each other. He says, tell him, tell him. He says, don't hold back, just tell me what you want. He says, what I want is, and there you have it, that's the end of the game. That gives you a glimpse of what you can expect into the campaign. Looks really good. Okay, thank you.